So hello everyone, welcome back again to this channel. So here I'm going to start a new chapter, which is the cell building block of life, which is the chapter number 2nd of class 9th NCERT. So let's start. So from that chapter we will be continuing to start the biology portion. So this will be the first chapter of the biology in class 9th. So about the cell, the building block of life, we need to understand thoroughly. Like first of all, I will be telling you all the short notes. I will be writing up all the short notes. You can take the notes from this board also, and I will be explaining so many other things that I have not been writing on it. So it is very important for you to take the complete session. So yes, this session will be a little longer than usual. So I will be talking about very quickly and a very nicely explanation about the cell chapter that will be very useful for your examination. So let's start. So cell, what is a cell? What a cell is all about? A cell is the smallest unit of any organism like you, me, and all the living organism like plants, animals, humans. These are all the living organisms which are consist of cells. What are the cells? They are the smallest component by which a body can be made of. So they are the smallest component. So first of all, we need to understand cell is a basic unit of life by which the life can be created. Life means an organism can be created. It is the structural unit because the structure that I'm having today, the structure you are having today is just because of the cells, the type of cells we are having in our body, in our skin, in our bones. So these are the cells. So these are the structural unit of our body. These are the functional unit of our body, because a single cell can't do anything. There will be a group of cells that combines together to perform a function. First of all, it is very important, how does a cell look like? Cell is very small that we cannot make up a particular shape and size. So there was some glitch. So a cell is the basic unit by which a structure of an organism can be created. All the functions performed by our body, like I'm speaking, you are listening, I'm doing my hand movement, I'm writing on this board. So these are the type of functions that I wanted to do, that I am doing. So these functions will ultimately result into doing something else, that to explain a particular concept or to do some experiment. So functional unit and structural unit is the basis definition for the cell if we talk about the cell. So structural unit, a functional unit, because it is performing all the different type of functions that we are doing in our daily life, that not only us, you, animals, humans, plants, everyone, every single organism on this planet can be doing any work because of the help of cells. So these are the type of cells. Like a cell is a very small unit that we cannot see by our naked eyes. Like I have so many cells on this area of the skin. There may be millions of cells, but I cannot easily extract one cell and just see under the microscope how the cell look like. We have an experiment in our NCERT textbook, that is peeling of an onion, and that to watch the cells under the microscope. So what do? We just take us, because onion is also an organism, it is a part of a living system. So we will take the onion shell, that is cell. So we will take it out and then watch it under the microscope, and then we will see how the cells look like. There will be different sort of compartments. So we need to understand the fact that there are so many scientists that have discovered what are the cell is about. So it is not just the first time I and you are thinking and talking about the cells. It's been years, 400, 500 years. People are wondering like how we and I are made. Like there should be something that we have been made about. So it is very old theory to talk about, but it is definitely new for the students like you, because you have been introduced this chapter in your NCERT. So definitely we will be covering all the important points. So don't worry about that. So yes, the other thing is, entire function of any living organism begins with this fundamental unit. Entire function of any living organism, like okay, so to understand this point, first of all we need to do some chemistry thing. So first of all, we understand in the chemistry, like all the universe matter is made up of atom is the smallest particle, then atom combines together to make molecules, then compounds, and then other things. Cells is not smaller than atom. So many atoms and molecules combines together in a particular cell, then makes up a particular cell. So cell is something which is basic unit of R, but not the basic unit as in terms of chemistry, because the basic unit in chemistry is atom, which is even smaller than cell, because cell is something which is made up of so many different type of molecules and atoms. So atoms and molecules are even smaller than that. I noticed this confusion in my class students. That is why I'm explaining this on online also on this YouTube channel. So atom and cell is a different concept. Cell is made up of so many different type of atoms and atoms and molecules, and atoms is a very basic unit of every body, your body, my body, everyone's organisms, and not even living thing we call atoms in case of non-living also, but cell we can call for the livings only. I hope this point is clear to all. So now this is the cell, basic, very basic thing. So how the cell is combining all together and do up some work. So first of all, the very basic unit is cell, as I've already told. Other than cell, when all the cells comes together and decides to do particular function, that I will be specifically do this thing in future or for all the time of my life, they combines together, they, you know, just they comes together, and that structure will known as tissue. When all the particular cell when all a group of particular cells that combines together and do or specialize to do some work, a particular work, they will be called as tissue. Like for example, I have muscles in my body, you have muscles in your body. So all the muscle cells of my body combines to do some work like exercise, yoga, this thing, that thing, dance and all, like do this hand movement. So all these muscular cells are doing the work of contraction and relaxation, so that I can pull my hand and pull my elbow down. So this is the tissue. Other than that, it will form a tissue system. All the type of system that in my body, like I'm speaking all together, I'm thinking all together, I'm making up the English form, and I'm doing hand movement, I'm writing on the same time. All this thing makes up a tissue system. So all different type of tissues in our body combines together to make up a system. So that system is organ. When a tissue system combines, a particular organ is designed. Like for example, I have stomach in my stomach, of course, in my gut. So what stomach is doing, it is digesting the food, it is at the same time absorbing some of the nutrition, it is letting enzymes and other HCl let them do their work also. It is also just transferring and taking the food also, it is taking food from this food pipe and it is transferring to the intestine. So it is doing so many things. For so many things to do so many things, so many cells, different type of tissues it require. So that makes up a particular organ. So okay, so then after that it will make up a OT, organ system, sorry, OS, organ system. So all the organ system makes up a particular organism. So how are we designed and how we are going to work now, that depends on this particular cell. We cannot just study about directly on the organ system. We need to understand the fact that how the cell is working, how the tissue is going to do, how the tissue system is going to perform its function, how it will just translate everything details into the organ, and that organ system will work. And then we get to know that okay, this is the organism and this is how the nutrition is, how the reproduction is, how their sexual life is, how their asexual life is, and whatever we wanted to know. So this is the basic unit by which we can get to know everything. So this is the introduction of cell. Now next, let's move to the next point. This was just a complimentary thing. So I have erased all the extra pointers. I know you have written. So the next point is, as we have talked about cell. So cell is the structural and functional unit of life, the basic fundamental unit of life, we can say. After then cell, we need to understand a very important point. How does it look like? Iske looks we need to study. How can we see? Can we see? And if we can see the instrument, and as I've told already, cells are of different types. So how many types of cells do plants and us are having? Different types? Yes, different type. So we need to discuss all these points also. After that we will be extending on a better level, on a more level. So just don't worry. So first of all, we'll discuss about the looks. How does a cell look like? Basically, for a very convenient way, we used to draw a circle and draw a nucleus in it. What is a nucleus? So this part is known as nucleus. So cell is something which is a round structure or a curved spherical structure, not perfectly spherical, like I would say, just a closed sphere, a closed structure where all the plasma can be combined. So I will let you know what the plasma is, just hear me out. So here's a nucleus in the cell. Definitely nucleus is there in all organisms of the world. So this will be a cell and nucleus is there. What is a nucleus? It will be the brain of the cell. Like how my body is going to perform will depend on how my brain is going to do the work. Like I'm taking nutrition, I'm doing work, exercise, workout and everything. So to keep my brain and my body healthy. Until and unless my brain and my body doesn't work properly, I won't be able to teach and I won't be able to do any of my functions particularly. So nucleus is basically the brain of the cell that is going to perform and that is going to let all the other organelles to work properly. So this is the nucleus. Whatever. So I was not explaining about the nucleus. That will be in complete detail in this chapter only. So we will be discussing. So for how does it look? It looks different for the different type of functions they perform. For example, in nerve cells, in our brain, nerve cell is there. Nerve cell, what we used to call neurons. Because this is not the first time you are going to study the cell. In 8th standard, you have also studied the cell thing. So it will not be that difficult for you to understand this introduction. So nerve cell or neurons, they have to transfer the message very quickly. So their structure is like a long slanted height so that they can get the more space to jump their messages like that. Muscle cells are like round in structures and other type of things like as in case. So their looks are different according to the functions they perform. Basically, we take an example, round structure. Okay, the round structure basically for animal cells and a particular shape. Sorry, round structure is for the animal cells and a particular rectangular shape for the plants, because the plants do not move and plants do not have the flexibility to do any work, so their structure should be intact, very intact, because I can move my hand, I can talk, I can do work and I can do anything, but plants has to stand here there only like throughout their life, so they do not require any flexible cells in their body. So one point also extracted from this line, that cells are flexible in nature. So this is the structure basically. Can we see? Yes, we can see cells, but not like this only, like we cannot see by naked eye, oh this is the cell, we can zoom out and see all the nerves working here. No, this is not possible. We can see the cells, all the type of cells, but with the help of instrument. That instrument is microscope. Very, very important point. Microscope. What is microscope? It's a type of instrument that you have been familiar about, I don't know, in your schools and whatever if you use YouTube, of course, so you use YouTube. So you can just search different type of microscopes and how does the microscope work. You can just definitely search. And from my end, I will be explaining the 2 points. First is simple and second is compound or complex microscope. So microscopes are of 2 types, simple and complex or compound microscope we can say. Simple microscopes, every microscope has 2 basic things. First of all, eye lens, and the second thing, object lens. Like the eye lens is the point where you are going to see the object, and object lens or object point is the point where we will be placing our object. Here what the object is, cell. So we will be placing our cell in order to see what is it, like to zoom it out. So magnification and resolution are the 2 points that we need to discuss in this microscopic point. So that will be studied later. The types of cell that I want to teach you, the type of cells. Plant cell, animal cell, multicellular, unicellular, prokaryotic, eukaryotic. These are the type of different type of origins, different type of structures, their functions. So these will be the type of cell that we will be going to study in this chapter. Yes, different types, of course. This is the regulation of this point, but I have read everything in this point only. So these are the things that we're going to study. Other than this thing, we are going to dig deeper in the cell, like what are the type of cell organelles, nucleus, and different type of their work, about some DNA, chromosomal level. So no need to worry about, I will be explaining everything in this point. So next, after then this thing, now we will be study a little more about microscope. Microscope. There are so many cells in this universe, like I am a body, like I am a particular human being. Do you think I am made just from one cell? No, I have approx 37 trillion cells in my body. Like, do you believe? I have millions and millions of cells in my body, and they are doing so many functions all together. So that means particularly I'm not a single cellular. I am made with so many multi cells. So that means I am a multicellular, you are a multicellular. Plants also have very, very different type of cells. So they are also multicellular. They are not made with single cell, but there are other organisms in this universe who are just having one cell and they're still surviving on that particular cell only. How does that thing happens? These are the very, very primitive organisms we will be talk about later. Microscope. Microscope is the instrument by which we can see the cells. थोड़ा बार बार चेक करना रहता है क्योंकि मोबाइल बहुत पुराना है और ये बीच बीच में हो जाता है हमारे खराब. So just to continue our study, we need to focus here. Microscopes are of 2 types and they have 2 lens, eye lens, the eyepiece or object lens or object piece. So eye lens is the point where our eyes will be put it, and we will see what the things will be there, and object lens is the where we will going to put our object or the cell, that you have already know. Other thing what I was, yes, type of microscope, there are will be two type, simple and complex. Compound we can say, ठीक है, compound microscope or simple, there will be so many different textural and light microscope, this that the simple microscope is just having eye lens and object lens, that is, and it has a very simple mechanism. So that's it, that is it about the microscope that you have to study as in ninth standard. Other thing that 2 points are there, magnification and resolution. I hope by this year and I got so good followers and would start a YouTube income, so that I can just manage a better board here, maybe a smart board, so that it won't be, it will be easier for me to just teach all the things together like other YouTubers and educators used to do. But whatever, we need to work hard for that, so it's your responsibility, guys. So what is magnification? Magnification is the to zoom out something, like we have that magnifying glass in a geometry box back then, not back then, back then for me, but you guys are having that geometry box. So what do we do used to do that we just zoom out any letter we want to see, anything that we want to see from that magnifying glass. This is the magnification, okay, just to increase the size of any particular image. So increasing the size, that means magnifying, okay. Resolution, clearness, okay, how clear object looks like. What if I just zoom out the size of the cell from that microscope setting, but it is not clear, then how will I see? So it is very important for a particular microscope to design in such a way like that the magnification and resolution should be perfect. That if I'm doing like a 10x पे देखना है मुझे कोई भी object, like if I wanted to see at 100x, like you see na 100 times more larger than a particular size of the image, like if an image is 1 centimeter, then 100x will be 100 centimeters, so like that. So magnification, resolution, that means it is all clear, I hope. Magnification, increasing the size, resolution to make it particular, to make it clear at a particular level, so that I can study it, I can see it, I can manage my notes particularly in that sense. So this is all about the microscope. Other than that, now let's discuss the type of cell. Don't worry, we will be studying about the scientists who have discovered all the type of cell, but this is how I teach my students for that better understand. Even if I tell them the different type of scientists, and they will get confused like how, what they discovered, what they did not. If you have a little overview about the cell, that it will be definitely easier for you to understand all the things all together. So type of cell. On the basis of number of cell, it has unicellular and multicellular. Okay. Origin. On the basis of origin, we have prokaryotic and then we have eukaryotic. Okay, so I'm sweating because I've just shut the fan off because I've off the fan, because even if I don't off the fan, then mic will not catch my voice clearly and you won't be able to listen it clearly. So thanks to me, whatever. So unicellular, multicellular, prokaryotic, and yes. So unicellular, multicellular, prokaryotic, eukaryotic. Okay. So these are the type of cells on the basis of type, like animal and plant. Because we are also considered under the animals category. Let me take another pen. It is losing its spark. Spark is, oh nice. We got blue marker. So the number of cells, unicellular means single. When an organism survives its whole life around a single cell, unicellular organism. You will be surprised to know that I have very nice example for that is amoeba. I hope you have listened, or I don't know whether you have not listened, because 8th NCERT does not cover this point, amoeba. Amoeba is a type of organism which looks like this. Like it has a random shape. It does not have any organism level structure. Because I am having a particular shape because I'm having organisms. Sorry, I'm having organs, I'm having structure, I'm having muscles, bones, but they do not have bones, etc., etc. They are just a single cell. That single cell is having a nucleus and they are performing all their functions from this cell only. They are doing reproduction, they are doing respiration, they are taking nutrition, they are doing excretion, and what not, every function they have been done, they are just doing from this particular cell. These are unicellular. Multicellular, like us humans, like you and me, like we have different type of cells, like my different, like germ cells, the germ cells of my body are for the sexual purpose, the somatic cells of my body are for the normal functions, like if I get a fracture, if I get a cut, so that will be a repair mechanism. So these are the immunity of my body, so there will be a different separate cells for a different functions. This will be unicellular, multicellular. Then we have the origin, prokaryotic. They are very primitive, very primitive cell. Whether they can be single cellular, whether they can be multicellular, yani although both of the categories can be combined in both of the things. So they are the very primitive in nature. They will be they found in very बहुत पुराने जमाने से, बहुत पहले के टाइम पे. So they are like very primitive. First of all, they have evolved in such a way that they becomes now eukaryotic. That means two. The basic meaning of prokaryotic is pro means very primitive, karyon means nucleus. These are the type of differentiation whether you can by which you can say that a particular cell is how old. Not particular cell, a particular cell is well designed or well maintained to be called as a cell, because a cell is having a membrane, it is having a nucleus, it is having a working organism, it is having a particular working model. But if a cell is lacking the nuclear membrane, that comes under the prokaryotic primitive. Karyon means that which is having very old nucleus. Very old nucleus means the nucleus is having a particular membrane that I will be explaining later, but that membrane is absent, then that is prokaryotic cell. If the membrane is present on nucleus, I'm not talking about the cell, membrane is present on the nucleus, then it is eukaryotic, like us. Amoeba can come into this category. Then we have animals and plants. Plants and animal cells have first important differentiation is that I can move, I can talk, I can do exercise, I can do workout and everything. But plants cannot do that. That means plant is having some hard material on their cell, in their cell or on their cell maybe. So that is not letting them to do any work. Like work they are doing, respiration, photosynthesis, whatever. But they cannot just move by themselves. Okay, they just cannot walk, cannot talk like us. So they are having cell wall on their cell. We do not consist of cell wall. Wall means diwar. So diwar जो आप देख पा रहे हैं यहाँ पे. So that diwar is not present in us. That wall is present only in plants. So we do not consist of any wall. We just have a membrane, a very normal simple membrane we have. They are also having membrane, but on that membrane they are having cell wall, which is designed in such a way to make them a compact designed like structure, and we do not consist of that structure. We do have a particular structure, but that doesn't mean that we have cell wall. Cell wall is particularly designed for plants only. So this is all about today's session, and I hope we will meet in another session. This is the part 1 of cell. Other things I will be explaining in the next part. So keep watching and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. This chapter is a very little longer. I'm just hoping I will complete in 3 to 4 parts only, so it will be easier for you to understand the whole chapter. So yes, that's all for today. We'll meet in another session. Just keep watching, do share, like and subscribe, and just follow for more such content. Just do comment down below whatever query you have and whatever things you wanted to know about this session. Thank you so much.